Good afternoon. It's Leanne here. Welcome to the Leanne Martin Show. For those of you who don't know me and you're new to my page, welcome. I'm so grateful that you're here. And I look forward to getting to know you a little bit more. So, for those of you who don't know me, I kind of play in a whole bunch of different areas. I'm a teacher and I work part-time, and I'm also a luxury travel advisor, and so I plan trips for people. I work in the background of, a couple people in their businesses, and I'm always looking to see what's out there, how I can learn and grow, and welcome. Recently, in the last 3 years, I have come across Access Consciousness, and it's a body of work. And the first class that is kind of available to in that realm is the Access Consciousness bars. And so when I found Access, there has been nothing that I have seen work so quickly for me as far as change goes. Things that kind of trip me up, past abuse, anything that's current, it just changes so quickly for me. And so I invite you, Access Consciousness in the bars is in like 176 countries. So I encourage you to go to www.accessconsciousness.com /the bars. And you can, there's all kinds of opportunities in those countries for you to check it out. So I invite you to do that. And I just wanted to kind of show up today. It's been part of what I've wanted to create for quite some time. It's just a space where I come live every week and I kind of share just things that I'm learning in Access, things that are going on in my life, and if it can be a contribution to you. And I've dabbled in going live once a week and just haven't really done it consistently. It's been haphazard and a little bit here and there as different things come up for me and how I'm changing and morphing and choosing different things. And there's a sense now for me that this is the time, and I'm going to commit to myself. And I'm not at school today, and so on these kinds of days I might be down in my office. I might be getting some things done for home. I did some grocery shopping. I had an appointment today, and then as it's leading up to the time that I said that I was going to show up, I start getting a little weird and wonky and go like, oh gosh, like what am I going to say and all that kind of stuff. And then I just was like, nope, I'm just doing it. Today I said I was going to do it, and each week I'm going to show up, and I don't know what it's going to look like, and you're welcome to join me. And if you have questions about it, I'd love to have your questions and see if I can, riff on that. But so really the background and what I'm trying to create and what I'm choosing this year is to really look at where I function with money and what kind of points of view I have around money, having it, not having it, that kind of thing. And so I'm working on some stuff kind of to invite you to, and I've set up a private Facebook group where I am going to share some more tools around it and what I'm looking at. And if it is going to be a contribution to you, then please join me. And so I will let you know as soon as that stuff is set up, and it's not quite ready to go, but it's in the works. So I'm working on it. And yeah, like I've been looking at it for a bit now, and it's just like me unwilling to really step out into what I know is possible, what I can create, and what I know about these things. And so I've stopped myself in how to invite people, and what about the email and all the things, the back end things. And it's very interesting because I have done that for other people, but I've been a little bit unwilling to do it for me and what I can create for myself. So it's just very interesting how things come up for us. And so I kept asking, like, what would it take for me to just get around this? And I know somebody else that is kind of a genius at this, and I've asked her, I'm going to pay her, set it up, get out of my way, and then I don't have any excuses then. So um, there we go. So I'm choosing that. So that's kind of fun. And then really just choosing to commit to doing this show. And it's funny because I'm in this Relentless Profit group, and there's a bunch of us kind of trying to create businesses online, and committing to doing a weekly show and then getting it to YouTube and all those kinds of things. And sometimes, what has held me back is that I consistently, my schedule as far as my teaching schedule goes is that one week I work Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and the next week I work Tuesday, Thursday, and some weeks I'm switched around. And so I'm leaving the house at 7 in the morning, and I'm 7:30 in the morning, and I'm not home until 4:30 in the afternoon. And the Wi-Fi out there is crap, and I make all these excuses about how I couldn't do it at school on my lunch break or all the things, and it changes. Hey, hi Stacey, hi Christine. Anyway, so then it's funny, like that's what's prevented me. Like, okay, my show is Tuesdays at 2 o'clock every week, and sometimes I can't do that. And so I've made myself wrong about that. I've judged myself about how I can't commit to doing that, but I just can't within my life. And can't is, just an excuse. So here I am, I'm showing up. Show will be on Tuesdays. It might be at noon on Tuesday. It might be at 1 o'clock. It might be at 4 o'clock. And I just have to, that's just how it's going to be for me. And, I'm just going to have to play with it and let people know when I'm going live. And if you can make it, great. If not, you can watch the replay and just not make myself, squirrely about it anymore. Just because it might work in somebody else's life to go every week at this time and consistently do that. And so it just might be that I have poor Wi-Fi and it's at my colony school on a Tuesday, and that's what it is. And so I'm just gonna see how it goes and play with it and change it if I need to, but commit to me, myself, and my word to do this, and then see what shows up. And it can always change, and I'm okay with that. And so yeah, that's kind of where I'm at today. And I don't know if I have much else to share other than, I don't know if you've been in places like this where you've said to yourself, you're going to, whatever, I would really like to lose 5 pounds, or I'd really like to, whatever it is for you. And what would it take for you to have your own back? What would it take for you to just commit to something that you've always wanted and just choose it? And you know what? We fall off the wagon sometimes. Like maybe something happens and we've got to recommit, or, that kind of thing, and not make ourselves wrong for it and just go from there. And so, what I've been playing in is this book called Money Isn't the Problem, You Are. And then also Right Rich is for You. And so those are some resources for you if you're looking at what your points of view are around money. And so, and I don't know for you, but for me, sometimes like hearing the phrases like, money is evil, money is, greed, like things like that. If people have lots of money, they're jerks, or, like all of those kinds of points of view, like money doesn't grow on trees. Like how many have you heard of that in your childhood? Or, we can't afford that, or, those kinds of things where we start talking or paying really close attention to what comes up in conversations around money. And there's this money workbook that I did last week. And what I would really like to do is just consistently do that for a week, like every week for the next, 6 weeks, and see what changes. And so that's part of what I want to do in that group, and, share some of my ahas there and whatever, and then go from there and see what happens. And you can kind of do that on your own, and possibly we'll do some invitations to work through it with me. I don't know. The possibilities are endless, and just we'll see what happens. But part of it is, if I am committing myself to doing it, it's nice to have some accountability partners. And so that's kind of why I'm throwing it out there. But yeah, it's our points of view around, money that kind of keep us stuck sometimes. If you have this point of view that money is evil, how much money do you think you'll have? Or it creates whatever greed. Sometimes it prevents money coming to us. And I remember when I was looking at some of this stuff earlier, and how money showed up for me was Bananaville. Like, it was crazy, where I kept asking open-ended questions like, what would it take for, me to be able to pay off my credit card? What would it take for me to, those kinds of questions, and then just see what shows up. Well, I ended up winning like a progressive 50-50 for $14,000, like just out of the blue. And that's just an example of what can show up if you're asking those kinds of questions, and if you're willing to look at changing your points of view around money. And so, money, the only way we earn money is by working. The only way we, like those kinds of points of view. And so, how much fun can you have, like, just money showing up? Like an inheritance, or, and there's no conclusions around it, but just like, how does it show up, and how much fun could it be for it just to show up? And, it could be showing up by you showing up, offering things. And, it's interesting. Just a few days ago, it's Tuesday today, so on Sunday, I had a bars class, and we had 6 people show up, and which was great. And I co-facilitated with Christine Siona, and she's amazing, this creator of Magnitude. And we co-created this class together. And she was doing one on Saturday, I was doing one on Sunday. And then all of a sudden, like, we decided, let's just do it together and it'll be fun. And it was so great. We combined the classes, and we had 6 people come. And what a gift. It was so amazing. Like, 6 people walk away knowing the tools of bars, and even if they don't ever do it again, they had 2 sessions and gave 2 sessions on Sunday, and they'll walk out different. They really, truly will. And what other possibilities are out there for them, right? So a lot of them are friends, and, there's grandma and granddaughter and daughter in that mix. And so, having that little tool in your back pocket forever now is so cool. And I'm also having a bars class on January 19th. And so, if you're interested, or if you know anybody that is kind of interested in dealing with things like insomnia, not being able to sleep, some monkey mind business going on, anxiety, depression, all kinds of things that might, bars is such a gift. And so it's just a tool to have. I know, some people around ADHD, and, have had some awesome success with just how it kind of calms kids down and stuff like that. And I just watched a video this morning about a boy that is autistic and nonverbal, and was having his bars run, and was able to communicate through his iPad, and talked about how great bars were for him, because it helped with his anxiety, it helped him calm down, and telepathically, like, he picks up on all people's thoughts and feelings and emotions and things like that, and it helped him, just like calm down that way. And so what a gift. It's just, there's so many benefits to it. And so if you're interested, just reach out. I'll put the link of the event maybe in my live here, so that you can find it quickly. I'm also having one in February on the 9th. I've got to change the date. It was set for the 2nd, but now I've got to do it on the 9th. So it's another Sunday. So there's a couple of options for you if one of those might work. Anyway, that was the Leanne Martin show for today. And yay, I did it. It feels good for me to just like commit to do it. And, I had no makeup on, and I just had an appointment. And so I was like, okay, I'll slap a little makeup on and just show up for myself. And here we are. And so I hope it's been a contribution to you. And as I get some things built around this money stuff, I'll go live again, and I'll share that, or share some links. And then, if that feels fun for you to join me and take a look at making some changes around how you function with money, then I'd love some accountability partners. So that's that's the show for today. I know it wasn't too terribly long, but it's okay. And just grateful that I have other people around that are kind of consistently asking me to, you know, step up, choose what else are you going to create, what else can you do to, to kind of put the things that you are passionate about out into the world. And so this is just one of those choices that I'm choosing to move things forward. So thanks for being here, you guys, and we'll talk soon. Bye for now.